What is an SOP? What should I write? Should I include this? Should I leave it out? I feel I don't have too many achievements. Am I not going to get shortlisted because of that? Oh my God, am I at a disadvantage? How should I even write an SOP? In this video, I'm going to answer some of these common questions that a lot of students have. I'm going to break down an SOP for you. And by the end of this video, you will know what to write, what to leave out. And I will also give you a simple exercise which will help you write the best possible SOP that you can. And I'll also be sharing a few sample SOPs which will be catering to different profiles. So somebody with or without work experience, somebody with a commerce or a relevant degree, somebody without, someone with multiple achievements, and someone maybe where you haven't done a lot outside of studies. And I'll also tell you a few mistakes that you absolutely must avoid when it comes to an SOP. So let's start off with what is an SOP. Now it stands for a statement of purpose. And in this context, it means what is it that you want to do professionally? What are your professional goals maybe for the next 5 or 10 years? Specifically, think of why is it that you want to pursue an MBA? Why is it that you want to pursue an MBA from this B school? How are you going to contribute and what do you want to do after your MBA? So why does a B school even ask for this? Now, this is something which majority of institutes such as your IIMs, FMS, IITs and a whole bunch more are going to ask for. The reason for that is majority of the top B schools in India, actually all of the top B schools in India are shortlisting you based on some aptitude exam like CAT or XAT. Now they want to understand you personally. Are you suited for an MBA and are you suited for their B school? So they want to understand, are you a good fit for their B school? Are you genuinely interested in pursuing your MBA or are you doing it because you feel the salaries will be high or maybe your friends are doing it? And are you genuinely interested in this particular B school? Lastly, it also gives them something to start with. This is somewhat similar to the tell me about yourself question that we have in a lot of interviews. This is something which everybody expects. Majority of the B schools will have some question like your statement of purpose or your why MBA, and they can read that before the interview, get a sense of what you have, and they can ask you questions which are more suited to you. So it also gives them something to sink their teeth into. Now, the typical length of an SOP or a similar essay will vary. On one side, you have IIM Bangalore, which asks a similar question, which is for about 600 words. And then you have FMS on the other, where you have to write your SOP in 100 words. So the length and the essay is something which will vary. But these are the things which you should include. Why do you want to pursue your MBA? Why will you be good as a manager, right? What are your skill sets or achievements that you have? Why are you interested in this particular B school and what do you want to do after you get your MBA degree? Do you want to work? Do you maybe want to have your own startup? Are you going to give back to the B school in some form? These are all things which will help them judge if you are a good fit for their particular B school and to be a manager in general. So how should you write it? Now try out this simple exercise. Give yourself at least 30 minutes. Just fire up your laptop or just have a notebook and start thinking and start writing down all of the achievements that you have. These could be things like maybe you've consistently got high marks, or maybe your overall marks are not that high, but in college there was this one subject which is very relevant to MBA and you maybe got full marks. Maybe your college is something which is irrelevant, but back in school you actually got 100 marks or pretty close in maths, right? So think about this and think about what achievements you have. These could include co-curricular achievements and they could also include extracurriculars which might seem unrelated. Say someone has done really well in sports at the state or the national level. That person is definitely someone who's suited to be an MBA grad. Why is that? See, when you're winning at a sport, that shows that you're competitive, you're hardworking, you're goal-oriented, you have that winner's mindset. And if it's a team sport, even better. It shows that you have team spirit as well as probably leadership skills. So think of all of the achievements, awards, whatever you have. You might think you don't have anything. Trust me, if you spend some time, you're going to surprise yourself. Look up all of your old certificates, look at WhatsApp, email, talk to your parents, your friends, maybe even your professors. Spend a good amount of time and I'm sure you will find something. And the other thing which you want to think of is what are initiatives that you have participated in? Were you part of some committee or club? Did you help to organize something in your school or your college fest? Initiatives like these will keep coming up during your MBA and will also come up when you are working in an organization. So these are again good things to think of. Now, in case if you're watching this video and you're taking CAT next year or later and you feel that you don't have too many initiatives, if you're still in college, now is the time to volunteer for some of them. And if you're done with college and you're working, see if there are certain things which you could do, maybe either at work or separately, maybe you could even just volunteer for a charity outreach or something something like that. Now, coming back to your SOP, once you've written this out, you'll have a good thing which you can refer to. A lot of these schools will not just ask you, about your SOP or why MBA. They'll also ask you to list out your achievements. So this exercise is going to help you in multiple places. So please take your time. A good 30 minutes, even longer, right, will definitely help for you to shine in your applications and in your interviews and get selected into that top B school. Now, a couple of other things which you should do. First off, you want to research that B school. So, for instance, take SPJ, where you have these 4 specializations. Now, if you go in there and say, I'm really interested in HR, or you are going to TIS and you're saying that finance is what I want to go for, it doesn't make sense, right? Every B school has some values, and there are some things in which they maybe have better placements, or they're focusing on that, right? So take an FMS. They focus more on marketing as well as consulting. So if you're really interested in finance, I'm not saying you shouldn't go in or you shouldn't apply, but maybe that is not something which you write in your SOP at this point. So research the B school, understand, what are the values that it embodies, what are the type of students that it is looking for. Use that to refine and customize your SOP for that particular B school. And last thing, if you don't have relevant education, maybe you don't have a commerce background, or if you don't have work experience, why is it that you want to take up an MBA, and why is it that you want to take up an MBA now? So take me, for instance. I was an engineer and I was a fresher. So I had to justify at both my IIM Lucknow interview and my XLRI interview, why is it that I want to pursue an MBA and why I want to pursue an MBA now. So think of what you've done. Again, you can bring it back to, maybe something you're interested in. Maybe, what are your skill sets? What are your achievements? You feel you have something which is more suited to an MBA. You can also think of things like, career advancement. Maybe there's somebody that inspires you and they have an MBA from a top B school. This is especially true if you are working. But do spend some time here, because ideally this is something which should come from the heart. We don't want to ad lib an answer, because trust me, the interviews are going to figure out. Right. Now that you know what to write and how to include it, let's look at 5 important mistakes which you have to avoid. And the first is repetition. Now, your form will typically already ask you where you studied, what are your marks, what is your specialization, and so on. So we don't want to repeat these things. We don't want to say I'm from such and such city, I've done my schooling here, I've pursued so and so in my college, and these are my marks. If you have high ACADS or there's some particular subject that you want to talk about, you can put it. But don't waste a lot of space telling them what they already know from the rest of the form. Use this space to highlight your achievements, tell them why you want to do an MBA, all of the things which I've already told you. And if you've done the exercise which I told you, you should have plenty to write at this point. The other thing which we want to avoid is not communicating well. This can be in 2 ways, right? Either you're writing very long sentences, maybe it's in passive voice, or you're writing a lot of big words, right? Because you know them. Now, I have nothing against big words, right? But then we want to make sure that we are communicating. It's something which has to come across as, for lack of a better word, punchy, right? The idea here is to communicate what is it that you want to do, what you have in you, and that's what they should be left with. This is not going to be a vocabulary test where you want to write as much as you know. So take care of this as well. And these 2 things themselves will polish and refine your essay a lot. Another thing which you don't want to do is not filling the space. Now, if you have 400 or 500 words, you definitely don't want to write 100, 120 words and say, oh, nothing else is striking me, right? Please utilize the space. You don't need to take it to the full 500 words, but if it is for 500 words, you should be writing 400 plus words, probably around 450 words at least. Majority of the students that I have, we face issues with them writing too much and having to cut it. So if you are writing less, and especially say if it's the FMS SOP and it's 100 words and you've written only 50 words, it will definitely not come across well. Sometimes people might do it because they feel that it will differentiate you. My recommendation would be don't. The way I would interpret it, and the way probably most interviews would interpret it, is that you have not spent enough time, or even worse, they might think you don't have much to say, right? And I'm sure you do. So think of what you are doing and think of what you can highlight, and please utilize it. Even if you feel you have no achievements, anything, spend time in explaining why you want to do an MBA. Find 2-3 people that inspire you. You would either have them, or you could think of somebody now, a good business leader or someone like that. And that's something that you could put in. Now, a very common thing to avoid is going to be spelling mistakes and grammatical errors. These are things which MS Word will automatically pop out to you. So please spend some time. Now, back in my day when these were paper forms and we used to actually write them out, 1 or 2 mistakes here and there would still be fine. But I feel that, a lot of faculty would still notice it. But these days, when you have enough tech to support you, it just shows that, you haven't put in the effort. Even with minimal gadgets, you don't need a fancy laptop or anything, right? Even on your phone, mistakes will get auto-corrected, or you could just head to a cyber cafe cafe or something like that. So this is something which you absolutely have to avoid. And one way to avoid grammatical errors is also to make sure that you're writing shorter, simpler sentences, right? Try to write in active voice, as I was just saying. That is something where you'll automatically write. And anyway, you have technology that will highlight it to you if you have made a mistake. Now, speaking of technology, this is what you should be using tech for. Things like, spell check and grammar check and all. What you definitely should not be using is something like ChatGPT to write out your SOP or other answers. Now, you might feel that, this is a good way out, and, maybe, ChatGPT is writing a better essay than you can, or maybe nothing is striking you. Now, nothing is striking you will not be true after you've done my exercise, but trust me, every B school is going to be able to figure out if you have used ChatGPT. These days, there are enough tools to identify if a human has written something or if something has been written by technology. So we don't want to take that chance where we are rejected simply because, we did not have faith in ourselves and write a good essay. So just write straight from the heart. Just communicate why you want to do an MBA, why you want to apply to this B school. I'll also put up some samples based on different profiles for you. You can head to mockat.com and check those out right away for inspiration. The direct link is there in the description as well as in the first pinned comment. But please don't use ChatGPT or any other tech to write out your SOP for you. So that's it for today's video. If you found it useful, do consider liking and subscribing, and stay tuned for tomorrow's videos, or you can check out some quant or some verbal here right away.